You know how I know a woman has not stepped out of her comfort zone to achieve anything substantial? Those are the women who believe they can have it all. Because people who set out to achieve great things, who actually put themselves out there in the world, those are the only people that understand sacrifice is required. And that's one of the many reasons women are not respected, because women don't understand that the sacrifice that's required to be great requires more. And the more you pour into yourself, the more you pour into the world, the more you realize that you cannot have it all. Because something has to be sacrificed. What women sacrifice themselves for are selfish reasons. So women often make themselves the sacrificial lamb for things that will only please them. So when you hear women complain about, doing all these things for men and not getting a return, right? Having children, laboring, putting themselves last. It's all because they want something. They're not sacrificing for the greater good. This is why they're not reaping the rewards that they think they should be. The sacrifice that's required to make your mark on this world is you give the gifts and talents you have, because your gifts and talents are not for you, they're for other people, right? So you give that. You sacrifice yourself for something bigger than yourself, and you reap the rewards of that. You're not doing it to reap the rewards. You're doing it for the betterment of others, for whatever your ultimate goals are, right? And so the higher I ascend, the more menial women's cries and complaints are. And I understand as I grow why men are very dismissive of women. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying I understand it. More is required of women to be successful, to change the world, than it is of men. Why I'm saying this is because women are not expected to make the same changes in the world as men are. And I'm not saying men don't face hardships and pushback, haters and these things. Of course, anyone that's trying to do more is going to experience resistance and opposition. However, with women, being powerful is not expected of us. It's expected of men. So of course they're going to meet resistance, but they're going to be celebrated more than a woman would be. This is why super powerful, super successful women are either single, or attacked. Nicki Minaj, she's always the focal point of attacks because she's great at a male-dominated craft, and because when you are powerful amongst women, women are going to try to destroy you because women don't really understand or respect work ethic. And they think that they should have what you have. Women are a danger to powerful women. Men are a danger to powerful men too. But again, it's expected for men to be powerful. Men understand hierarchy and structure. Women don't believe that in it. And women don't compete on the level of powerful women. Women compete on very bottom feeder levels, looks, the male gaze, right? And so it's a totally different dynamic. The higher a woman ascends, the more she has to separate herself. The higher a man ascends, the more people gravitate to him. He gets rewarded with the wife and the family and the accolades. Women don't get rewarded in the same ways. We get rewarded. We get isolation, being an outcast, attacked. Men could ascend and be in a position of power and have community. It's hard for women to do that. It's difficult because women don't embrace leadership and positions of power and authority the way men do. Again, this is not to say that men don't meet resistance and opposition. They absolutely do. It's just the way that it is. The higher you ascend, the harder it is, the more resistance you're going to be. But amongst men and women accept a powerful man. Women want powerful men. Men don't want powerful women. Even the most ascended man is going to choose an inferior woman. This is why, again, women in positions of power are usually single. They have a partner. They're not married, but they may have a partner. The dynamics is very different for a powerful woman, and women don't aspire to be in that position because women want it all, right? Which goes back to my initial statement. I know when a woman is not really seated in a position of power or don't really desire it or not even trying to be it, because when those are the women who think, well, I can have it all. You can't. And so this is why I always talk about eventually I have to separate myself from women who try to get close to me or who are close to me, because they start to think that we're the same. And I know for a fact most women could not walk in my shoes. The most important work, the most important thing you're going to conquer in self-mastery is male-centeredness. There's always hope in women that they can have it all, right? And so this is where you will hear, well, I don't tell women they shouldn't have kids, or, you know, my man is my support system. They paint this picture like everything is working out for them. And it doesn't work like that, because women who are in relationship with men, who are in a spiritual binding with men, will never be in a position of power. It's almost never going to happen because men are not going to allow it. There's not going to be two heads in the home. It doesn't work that way. I'm not saying it's a zero chance. I'm saying it almost will never happen. The woman will always have to take the back seat. She could have her, cute, women empowerment. I wrote a post the other day and I said, it's so funny when women say, I'm doing my spiritual work and I'm mastering myself. And, men are not worried about your sound bowls and your healing and your journaling. Like, men are going to compete for that position of power. Now, men will want to do business with and build with a woman in position of power, but they don't want to lay with one. They don't want to marry one. I sacrifice a lot because of the calling on my life. This is why people who try to go against me, the opposition, they suffer harsh consequences. people have to be very careful, because you don't know what someone's covering is, right? And I've seen things, I've seen results of what happened to people who try to get in the way of my calling. Because I sacrifice so much, there's so much riding on what I'm doing, that anything that tries to get in its way is going to be destroyed. But with that, I'm sacrificing a lot. Now, I'm an attractive woman. I can be pretty and put up. I can find a man that can just put me on ice and just take care of everything. I have the looks and everything else to draw that to me. The problem is this cannot be in the way of a man that can do that for me. It's never gonna work. I would have to reduce myself in some way. You look at your favorite married celebrities, those women are not totally autonomous. We look at the money and the fame. That man in their life is running the show. Again, not to say that it will never happen, but most of the time, women who are in some type of spiritual bonding with a man, they're going to be limited in some way. So, sacrifice is required. Choosing is required. That's how I also know that a lot of women don't really want to be adults, because they don't want to choose. They don't want to make decisions. And women say things, choose yourself first, never settle. That shit is all good talking points. Like everything else, women just talk. They're not really about shit. They're not decentering men. They're just telling you that. Look in the comment section of any man who's attractive. I'm talking about a fine man. Look at the bitches in the comments, ready to suck dick and swallow. Most women are not doing shit. They're just talking. And men know this. That's why they don't respect women or take women seriously. Women want to appear. And the woman that's actually making the moves, which is very few, women attack them. It's very hard to stand tall around women, because they're gonna bully you and do all kinds of things to keep you where they are. I posted an email on Instagram and Facebook from a young woman, and I get these emails every so often. I don't post them, but this one I posted. And she spoke about, how I affected her and things, and, she was never taught the things that I'm teaching. And I notice most women are not taught the things that I'm teaching. So when I see women say, oh, it's common sense and all this shit, it's bullshit, right? I'm sacrificing myself in many, many ways in order to contribute to the feminine collective and the shift that's going to happen. A lot of women are going to be left behind, right? And part of that sacrifice is there are no fairy tales for me. Men think they can change me, or they're the exception, right? Because for the most part, you can change women, and you can coerce them and fuck them into submission. You can do that to most women, right? And a man will entertain me, right? Because I know how to give, right? I know how to do what I need to do for a man. But it's always going to be limited. Men prefer stupid women. They prefer inferior women. Women who know their place, right? And I know my place. It's just that what I carry, what I do, is too much of a mirror for people. This is why it's difficult to have women around me too long, and men don't really get really serious. They don't want to get really serious with me. It's always going to be something very surface, because I cause too much emotion and self-reflection in these things. Men don't come to women for that. Men come to women for a release, right? For peace, for pleasure. They don't come to women for the things that I offer. It's too much of a reality check. Men come to women to escape life, not to face it. Did I know this? No. And so these are the things that, I talk about. You're going to get revelations. You're going to get, hard truths. You're going to face certain things as you go through your journey. No one knows what your journey is going to be. I don't know what it's going to be. I can only give you skills and tools to go through it. Right? And so, most women, their ultimate goal is to get a man. This is why, women will say, well, where's your man? Why don't you have a man if all this works? Because in their mind, if they master themselves, then they can get a mastered man. Or they look at me and they say, well, damn, she's so pretty. Why don't she have a man? And women measure themselves, right, against me. Because if I'm this pretty and I'm this smart and they think there's no man in my life, then there's no fucking hope for them. This is how women think. A lot of women don't really want to do shit or be shit. They just want the appearance of it. Watch how they attack powerful women. Look at what they do to Nicki Minaj. Beyonce don't even talk to us. And they hate her and talk about her poorly. Because women do not like anything that's not of them. You have to be just like women in order to be accepted. And if you are not, they're going to do everything in their power to destroy you. As I've always said, women have been the greatest danger to me. The Samuels fellow said, there are no power couples, right? And at first, I kind of understood what he was saying. But the more that I study power, dissect it, understand men, observe men in positions of power and authority, women are not men's equal. I don't care how you worked, how much you worked, what you accomplished. Men don't view you as their equal. There is no power couples. There's a man with a bad bitch or a woman who is about her business, but they're not a power couple, because in the man mind, he is the head. Men only respect Beyonce because of Jay-Z. If you remove Jay-Z and she's still the same Beyonce twerking on stage and all these things, she's changed her image a lot, right? She's not the Beyonce of the Beyonce album. Now she's the mom with her daughters on stage. But you take Beyonce, that Beyonce era with no husband, they would do to her the same thing they do to Meg Thee Stallion. So women only can get respect by way of a man. You are a woman in a position of power and authority. You cannot conduct yourself as a sexual being, because they're not going to respect you. You have to tone yourself down. That's another way I know women are not really in a position of power and not really striving for it, because they're so sexual. You cannot fuck a bunch of men and be in a position of power. Once a man fucks you, there's no respect there. For the most part. The average man cannot see a woman beyond pleasure and escape and labor and being a baby maker, a baby portal. The average man cannot see you beyond that. So you thinking sexual liberation is some type of sticking it to men. It's bullshit. And I believe men created that. Because at the end of the day, a man fucks you. We don't fuck men. I know women try to twist it. Oh, I fucked him, I had him. It's all a joke. Men are never going to see women in that light. It's very difficult. Men don't respect women. Men are chivalrous to women. You got to earn their respect, and that's extremely difficult to do. And for a woman to say, well, I don't want their respect, that shows me the type of woman you are, that you ain't really about your business. Because to get to the power, the top, men have to respect you. Women are here to be fucked, to be an escape for men, to be pleasure for men, to be baby portals and all these things. They're not here to do all this powerful and I'm in charge, and they don't respect it, and that's not what you're here for. And women who are like that, men don't want. Even the most powerful self-actualized man, they don't want those women because it's too much. It's too much of a reflection, and then it's going to be competition. So a woman is going to have to play small or find another area to be powerful in. So you can be powerful in a spiritual type of thing, right? You teach women spirituality and stuff, but you're not going to be a CEO of a hedge fund and have a husband who's a CEO of a hedge fund. There's too much competition there. And you're a woman, you're supposed to be beneath him. This patriarchy mindset runs deep, and it's a man thing. I don't only think it's a white man thing. I think it's a man's thing. It's cute, you could be, in charge and a boss bitch, but it can't be the same as the man. The man always has to be the head. It's just the way men are, right? And so to be a woman in a position of power and authority in a powerful space, it's almost threatening to a man. It's insulting to a man. This is why women like me, right, will meet opposition with men, right? Men will all try to do things like humble us. And, I saw a post on Instagram today, and a woman was saying her biggest ops are men. Men are always trying to argue with and bout with her. And that's because you're not in your place as a woman. Why do you have more power than me as a man? And they'll do things like, oh, social media is not important. It's not real, You just got to listen to and observe men. There's a lot of sacrifice that comes with that. Men don't even want to be known as the man who's with this bitch that's in charge of everything. They don't want that. They want the soft one that's quiet. Or she could have a thing going on, but she's an influencer, or she works out, or, the little girly cute shit. She prays with women, She's the head of the church or whatever, the pastor's wife, or, You could have those roles, but it's never going to be on the level of a man. Most men are not going to put themselves in that position to be with a woman like that. They'll sleep with a woman like that. They'll build with a woman like that in the business area. They'll keep her around for that. But other than that, it ain't. Most of you will be able to get a man. The higher up, the more powerful a woman gets in shit that men respect. Not the shit women are not boss babes. The real shit. The more difficult it is for her to get a man. And most of you want a man. Most of you. You're just lying and saying you don't because you're not getting the results you want from men. You're lying. And women are mentally and emotionally massaging each other with these bullshit ass lies. Most of you want men. And so because men respond to me in the ways that they do, I'm not going on nobody's podcast to be attacked. Right? I'm not putting myself in a position with men who want to just destroy me because that's what they want. Like I think I told y'all before, a man said to me, he wants to interject in what I'm doing, but I'm always on point. He's looking for a hole. He's looking for somewhere to correct me. He's looking for somewhere to lead me. Men want to take credit for what I do, for the things that I know. Most of you women will never be able to withstand the shit that I experience. Because I'm competent, men look for ways to destroy me. They look for mistakes. They say I'm hurt and all these things. When hurt about what? They hate to be seen. Just like women hate to be seen. The way women attack women, men do the same things, or they're very dismissive of what we do. Oh, it ain't that important. Oh, it's not real. Right? It's cute, whatever you're doing. So there's a lot that comes with being a woman in a position of power and authority wants that. Most of you will not be able to withstand it. Just the part of men being dismissive is insulting to a lot of women. It's not insulting to me because I get why they're doing it. Because I'm just a woman. That's how men view you. You're just another woman. So a lot of you think you're special and the exception. Yeah, they let you believe that because you're here to be fucked. And they know that what's necessary to fuck a woman, to make her feel special and exception. You're not. There's this dude on TikTok, and I can't think of his name right now, but I fuck with his content hard, right? And I know that if women listen to him, they'll fucking hate him. But he's so real. I'm going to share some of his stuff in my Facebook group, because his shit is so real. Why I fuck with it is because he's real about how men think about women. It's so real. And he's not wrong about how women. Most women are not. You're not boss bitches. You're not independent. You're not strong and don't need no man. Most of you need to be in the house under the covering of a man. And that's the truth. Y'all not ready to really be rejected by men. Most of you are not really rejected by men because of the reasons you think you are. It's like some of you are just difficult to deal with and not worth. The juice is not worth the squeeze. I'm being rejected by men because they don't want to see themselves. It's a difference. A lot of women are just annoying and not worth it. Not worth the headache. Men will reject me because they just don't want to see that mirror. They want to be the hero in my story. They don't want to be seen as human. They want to be seen as supernatural and better than everyone. The way they want to be viewed by women, I'm not going to view men that way because they're just human to me. I'll respect, but I'm not going to put myself on the back burner so that a man can feel good about himself. And women will say, not me either. Yeah, but the reason why y'all doing it and the reason why I'm not doing it are two different things. Sacrifice is required, and the fact is most of you will never sacrifice yourself in the way to really be in a position of power and authority. Power and or authority, because some people are in a position of authority but have no real power. And that's okay, right? I'm here to teach you self-mastery. You can master yourself and get what you need to get in life, but most people don't have what it takes to really be seated in that position. You couldn't handle what came with that. I spoke about this the other day when somebody said to me, oh, the things I hear about you. Women say things like that because they're glad it's not them. Most women see what other women do to each other. Y'all know what y'all do to each other, and you don't want to be the recipient of that. You don't want to be bullied. You don't want to be outcast. You don't want to be all these things that comes with being that girl. And most women who think they're that girl, you're just that girl because it's not really power. It's just you are in charge of other women. You're the main girl in the group. You're not really in a position of power. You just have other women worshiping you. You can't stand on your own. I stand on my own at all times. And I take what comes with that. Most women can't do that. You're not built for it. And this is not to discourage women. This is for you to realize where you are in life. What your strengths and weaknesses are. You cannot strive for things that are not, it's not in you. Some things are just in people, right? To want to be Oprah is insane. And you shouldn't want to be Oprah. You should want to be you. Take what Oprah has, the things she can teach, and take what Beyonce can teach, and take what Tracy Ellis Ross can teach, and take what Queen Elizabeth can teach, and all these powerful women, which we will discuss in my Glamour Magic group session at the end of September. And make it your own. Find your own way. Stop trying to be like me. Because you don't know what it takes to be me. You can't handle what it takes to be me. And when I started my journey, I didn't want to be like it. I didn't look at somebody and say, oh, I want to be like them. I'm just going to do whatever they do. And I wasn't decentering men either. That wasn't in my mind, because men were never centered. Right? So there's a lot of things that women are missing because you're just trying to emulate or be what you think you should be. Women are like children. You just want to play dress up. But this is real life, and we don't play dress up. We put our shit on and we go out and we do what we got to do, however that looks for us. And this is why women are so offended by things when I say you belong in a house, and because you don't even really know where you belong. You're just wanting me to tell you. And where you really want to be, you feel bad because that's not where I am. Take what you need and make it work for you. For you.